afternoon and welcome to Witch Sticks. Happy Friday the 13th of October. It's spooky season, so let's get cooking. What are we making today, you ask? Well, come find out. Today's recipe is going to start off with a large chunk of beef. Brisket, in fact. And my lovely manservant is here to help. They'll be demonstrating the best way to turn it into chili con carne's beef chunks. Pan's warming up. Time to throw our beef in.
That's the thing.
Yes, it is.
It's a reality of food service, ladies and gentlemen. Deal with it.
And now we wait for it to render out. Time to flip some beef. All right, beef is cooking. Let's get to chopping. Wait, 1 second. That's better. Let's begin.
Oh.
Time to get this beef out, and the next batch, in they go. Fat side down. My butcher is not as good as he thought he was. As you can see, we have my favorite thyme, flavoring. Currently, we have oregano, garlic powder, ancho chili powder, smoked paprika, and then there will also be chipotle pepper flakes and ground cumin, as well as fresh garlic. And if you have noticed already and been paying attention, we have not salted this dish yet. We're gonna have to take this somewhere else. Somewhere more sturdy. Now the cumin has gone from this to this. All you see are chunks of the pepper seeds. And now it's time to add our garlic and pound again. And that is our spice paste. It's time to take our beef out. The beef has shrunken a little bit. It's shrank back. The fat has rendered a tiny bit. This is a very fatty brisket cut. Now we're left with all the goodness on the bottom of the pan. In goes the onions. In goes our chopped poblano. And we're just going to let this translucify and sweat down a little bit with that all-important ingredient. Maybe a half teaspoon or so. This recipe is loosely based on a Rancho Gordo chili con carne recipe that I found online, but it is using, obviously, different ingredients, as well as Sierra vegetables, onion, poblano, and their beans, which we will get to. Tierra vegetables provided these beans I bought these too long ago to remember, but the way I cooked them was I hot soaked them for an hour. So you bring a pot up to boil, drop your beans in, and turn off the heat and let it just sit there and soak for an hour. And I did that with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And then I turned that pot on and let them cook until they were toothsome or tender. Now they are ready to be chilied. Our onions and peppers have been boobling away nicely. Just getting softened. Well, would you look at that? Time flies. Let's get all of this into that big pot. Starting with our spice mix. Thank you, Vin, for being so helpful. And our drained beans. 1 can of fire roasted tomatoes. And the booth.
The liver.
And not to have forgotten, our garlic and pepper paste. And a bottle of dark Mexican lager. You all know the one. Along with, I can get some of it out, tomato paste. If you were smart, you would have had the tomato paste and the garlic paste in there before everything else and let it caramelize, but this way it's fine too. So if you forget, no big deal. And now we give it a nice good stir to collect all of our ingredients. And then finally, give it a nice big hit of salt. About a teaspoon's worth for now. We are going to add water to about where the meat comes up. Throw a lid on this, and then it gets to sit and hang out on a simmer for about 2 hours. So we will catch you back then. Good evening. It has been about 3 hours that this has been on the stovetop. Let's check it out. Let's look, shall we? After 3 hours, I'd say we have some chili con carne at our fingertips. Let's dish up a plate, shall we? Nothing like a bowl of fall chili for a Friday the 13th. It's been a long couple of hours. I think I'll sit down. You want the first bite? Or should I take it? Smells great. Looks amazing. Tell you the truth, I've never actually had chili, except for once, and it was not my thing. This smell alone, I'm giving top marks. Let's try some of those beans that I was talking about. Yummy. Really yummy. Creamy beans, beautiful tomato brightness. All those spices are really kind of just mingling and making you happy. What about that beef? Nice, perfect bite of brisket. Ah. Mm. Mm-hmm. Tender. With other cuts, you might be able to get away with 2 hours. With a brisket cut, 3 hours was key. It hit that mark so well. Well, I am going to say goodnight and go enjoy this with some cornbread. Thank you for tuning in. This was Witch Sticks. Have a good night. Or day.